Today's video is all about using the Dollar Tree glassware and how to create some high quality home decor on a budget, faking those high-end looks for a lot less. A huge thank you to Mint Mobile for partnering with me on today's video. I'll be sharing with you just how easy it is to cut down your phone bill, but first let's go ahead and jump on into crafting.
First up, we are just using a basic like candle holder or hurricane glass to really dress up for this spring and summer season. I found these pressed flowers off of Amazon. They were a really great deal for as many as you get, and they are incredible quality. I really like using these. I also pick up some pressed flowers from Hobby Lobby, but I love that I can get these shipped for the 2-day shipping off of Amazon. So I'll leave that in the description box down below if you want to order yourself some. But I just use a couple of different sizes of these glasses because I felt like they look really pretty, kind of staggered and setting together in a set. I will be so excited to even make more of these, but I put like a very generous amount of Mod Podge on the glass and just started kind of putting on the little flowers. I love all of these pinks and purples, but Amazon is full of every different color of the pressed flowers that you want, so definitely something for everyone. But I also loved this pack that come with all of the greenery, so just kept putting it on there until I liked it. I think it looks really good whenever you kind of stack a couple of the flowers, but making sure nothing is like too thick because I do want to cover this up with some more Mod Podge. I do like the direction of the brush strokes going in one way, so one direction, but you do kind of have to be careful because your flowers will scoot around if it's too thick. So I just kind of carefully went over that with a smaller brush and then doing the same thing for the smaller one, making them coordinate but looking a little bit different. And I wanted them to be all blended, so after I did cover the flowers, I go ahead and just apply Mod Podge to the rest of the glass just to keep it like cohesive looking and keeping the same texture, making sure that I don't have any spots that are too thick, but love how these look whenever you put a real candle in there, or you could even use some battery LED ones. Because I love these little pressed flowers so much, I wanted to try it on some of the Dollar Tree glass like trivet plates or hot plates. So for this one I picked up one of like the plain glass square shaped ones. Now these don't have texture on them and they will work way better than the ones with texture, but it's kind of a hit or miss, so you never know what you're going to get at Dollar Tree. But for this I'm using two of the exact same size, and then I peel the little rubber pads off of the bottom of one of them, and I'm going to put that to the side so that will kind of be the cover, and then going ahead and using one of them with some Mod Podge as well as just pressing these flowers on. And I just played around with it. For this one I had more like surface area in a flat spot, so it was a lot more fun, I feel like, than the candle holders. But I feel like this is gorgeous. I could see this setting on like a wooden table and just look really like cute and classy. I just think it's really cute and definitely something you could gift. It would make an incredible gift if you wanted to make this just in time for Mother's Day or even like a birthday gift. I let the Mod Podge dry. Now I didn't coat these with Mod Podge because I knew they would be protected with the top piece of glass. I just glued these together with a little bit of like clear adhesive. Next up, I thought this was the neatest thing, were these ceramic wall pocket hangers. I'm not sure exactly what you would use these for, but I just thought it would be fun just to use it as it kind of shows in the photo, adding some greenery into it. I love how these have a flat back, and they do have the little hole if you wanted to screw these to the board, or you could even drill a hole in your board to make this a little bit stronger. For video purposes, I just like to hot glue everything down to be very quick and speedy, but I go ahead and use a couple of different of these Dollar Tree signs ready to go with the little wooden bead hangers, and they're already textured and have the lines in the backing, which I feel like is gorgeous. Just stuffing in a little bit of greenery. This specific greenery came from Hobby Lobby, but you could use whatever you like, but I think these are really cute and would be fun hanging from a shelf.
So it's no secret here that we love saving money, trying to DIY and do things on a budget on this channel. So another incredible way that you can save money from month to month is cutting down on your cell phone bill
and switching to Mint Mobile, who is partnering with me today in this video.
Which means getting to spend more on craft supplies. You might have already heard of Mint Mobile by some of the many funny ads by Ryan Reynolds, who happens to also be an owner of Mint Mobile. But did you know that Mint Mobile is built on the nation's largest 5G network, and you can switch your cell phones over to pay as little as $15 a month while still getting the same great coverage, speed, and data without having to change your phone number if you don't want to. Mint Mobile keeps costs low by selling directly to you online, cutting out the lines at the retail stores so you can get signed up from the comfort of your own home, typically in about 15 minutes. I got signed up, my SIM card was actually shipped super quick, and then they also offer eSIM cards, which is even faster delivery. All Mint Mobile plans include unlimited nationwide talk and text with lightning fast 5G and free mobile hotspot. We found out that we were paying $80 a line, which is per phone. So that really adds up, and that is a chunk of money from month to month. So it just made sense to us to switch to a Mint Mobile family plan. My husband actually worked IT for one of the biggest cell phone companies in our area, and he did the speed test on Mint Mobile as well as our previous carrier, and he was super impressed with how great Mint Mobile service was, and also loves how they are getting to offer great service to people for better rates. You can visit mintmobile.com/Katelyn, that's Katelyn, or click the link down in the description box to get premium wireless service for as low as $15 a month. And be sure to go check out their savings calculator to see how much money you could be saving per month and get switched over today. But let's go ahead and jump back into all of these fun glassware DIYs.
So I've made a DIY like this several times before for each holiday. I love double stacking this. The larger jar came, or larger glass container, came from Dollar General. It was just a few bucks extra, but I love the size of it. But any two glasses like this that fit inside each other will work. It makes the perfect little pocket in the sides to decorate. I've put candy corn in one of these, as well as the little conversation hearts for Valentine's Day. But for this, I thought it would have more of a high-end look if I filled it with some of these gorgeous rocks, and you could display them without making the mess. And then I was able to put a little piece of styrofoam down in the middle and then played around with the greenery. I used the biggest greenery came from Hobby Lobby, and then these actually came from Walmart. I just kind of tucked them in wherever I saw the space was needed, and I left this plain, but it would also look cute with like one of the Dollar Tree wooden charms. So I'm definitely going to throw in the photo frames in this glassware video. For these, I'm kind of cheating because the glass here is technically plexiglass, more of like a plastic. But I still feel like it was a really fun project to add in here since we kind of are making high-end projects. For this frame, I just kind of cut off or kind of used my scraper to peel off the little together at the bottom. I felt like it was really cheaply done. It was kind of laser cut, and they had the pieces still left in the words, and they were kind of glued on kind of crooked, so didn't love that. So I just scraped it off and then painted it black. But what's really going to make this look nice and elevated is applying some of this faux leather to the front. I just used the frame itself as a pattern, so just traced around it, cut it out, and then use that piece to create a second one. I am using my little Elmer's craft glue stick here because sometimes when you apply hot glue to the back of this faux leather, it does make it wrinkle, and I don't know if it kind of melts it or what, but you just don't get like a smooth finish. And then to top it off, I am using some of these little thumbtacks, and using a pair of like cutting pliers, I just kind of pop off the little tack part. Now it will leave some behind, so I did go ahead and take my hammer and just tap that down into the frame, and this worked perfectly. I just added a little bit of glue before I tapped it down in there, and these stayed nice and tight in place. I personally could not leave these plain. I had to go back in and add the word to the bottom, but you could leave this plain if you wanted to. I found some words that I felt like looked good together and really cute. This one says blessing and the other one says laughter. Now I worried about scratching these on, but really these are applied with more pressure, and I did mess the bee up because I tried to pull it up too early, but just make sure that you apply enough pressure that it is going to stick to that faux leather. And I didn't apply any Mod Podge or anything on top of this. It felt like it was on there really good, and just put in some of my favorite photos, but I just love how these look. I feel like these would be perfect displayed with more of like a modern look, but I think the tacks really add something in the corners. I'm a sucker for a square frame. I don't know what it is. I just feel like they're really pretty, so I find myself grabbing them. For this one, I wanted it to look more of like a freestanding frame without the backing, so I took that out, took the little pegs out with my pliers, and then glued this down with some hot glue, and then it was time to decorate this. So I wanted to make some really fun like artwork that I could set around on shelves or smaller areas. So I'm using a stencil. I thought it would be fun to actually paint like a little leaf on the front and then put some paint on the back so it's really going to show up. So I love this Dollar Tree leaf stencil. I've used this so many times. I've even made DIY earrings with this stencil with the faux leather. But for this, I just traced it with a Sharpie and then went back over it with black paint. After it was done, I added in a few extra details, doing a different leaf on a smaller frame. I feel like these would be really cute setting in a set of 2 or maybe even 3. You could even go for like a bigger frame and do multiple leaves on one. But after I got them painted, I let them dry and then started playing around with the paint that I'm going to be putting on the back. So this didn't work 100% like I thought it was going to. I know that chalk paint is a lot thicker, but these were older chalk paint, so the first 2 were just too thick and they didn't kind of move around like I expected. But you can see on this third pour it was perfect. It was the like exact consistency that I needed. I could move the paint around, it wasn't too thick, and it didn't have any of that old like dried junk in it. But I got it like close enough, let that completely dry, and then I feel like it just wasn't as big and bold as I wanted, so just put that pop of white on the backing. And next up, I wanted to make a super simple like 5-minute, it's not even 5 minutes, a little lantern by using some rope on a jar. So I love these huge like wide mouth glass jars, and they're plain. They don't have any like labeling on the front, so they're really easy to see through. I just cut down a piece of nautical rope and glued that for the handle, and then once again taking little golden thumbtacks. I do pick these up at Dollar Tree in like a little hardware kit, but cut off the little backing to glue the hardware on both sides of the rope. I filled this up with some little decorative rocks and then I'm going to put in a succulent. So it kind of looks like a little mini terrarium, but if you wanted to, you could even use like a solar light at the top with like a smaller plant.
Thank you guys so much for checking out today's video. Let me know in the comments down below which one was your favorite. Don't forget to check out mintmobile.com/Katelyn. I'll leave that linked down in the description box, and get signed up and start cutting down your phone bill, but keeping great service. Thank you so much for checking out today's video. Please leave me a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy crafting. Bye.